All right, guys, first up, we're grating carrots. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Grab 3 or 4 medium carrots, about 10 ounces, and grate them up on a fine grater. Honestly, hate it. Like, is there anyone who actually enjoys grating carrots? But for this cake, it's totally worth all the effort and every carrot you lost along the way. Grab 4 eggs. Room temperature eggs are best, but mine were cold, so I warmed them up in water. Then mix all white powdery stuff you've got stashed away. First, add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Yeah, bet you didn't see that coming, huh? Then 2 heaping teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Don't get too crazy with the baking soda, just a nice, chill teaspoon. Now sift it all together like the baking genius you are. The first time I made this cake, I didn't add enough baking powder and the layers turned out tough. So make sure you get it right. Add a pinch of salt to the dry ingredients and mix well to make sure the baking soda and powder are evenly distributed. This is important for the layers of your cake to rise evenly. Now, grab 2 9-inch baking pans and grease them well with butter. Make sure to coat the sides and bottom generously so your carrot cake doesn't stick and slides out easily when it's done. Line the bottom with parchment paper to make sure the layers come out smoothly. Grab a bowl and toss in 1 cup of sugar. Then crack 4 eggs in your mixing bowl. If you want light, slightly more airy layers, beat them for 3 to 5 minutes on medium speed. The eggs should lighten and thicken, but not as much as for a sponge cake. If you want moist, dense layers, beat the eggs for 1 to 2 minutes on low speed. Mix in just under a cup of vegetable oil to keep the cake nice and moist. Add a splash of vanilla, then give it a good mix until everything's smooth and looking good. There you go. Perfectly smooth batter. Time to add the dry ingredients to the wet ones. Do it slowly in a few rounds so everything combines smoothly. Otherwise, you'll end up with lumps and flour pockets, and we definitely don't want that. Yep, this is exactly what we're going for. Now that the batter's ready, grab a bowl and toss in those grated carrots. And add 1 cup of finely chopped walnuts. I'd recommend adding the zest of 1 orange. Totally optional, but it makes a big difference in flavor and is so worth it. You can also throw in 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg for a hint of spice and depth. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to bring out the warmth and natural sweetness of the carrots, giving the cake that classic, cozy flavor. Give it a good mix so the spices are evenly spread throughout. This is key for carrot cake, ensuring every bite has that perfect balance of warmth and spice to complement the carrots. Now, gradually add the carrot mixture to the batter, mixing as you go to make sure everything combines evenly. Oh, and while we're mixing, leave a comment below the video. Let me know where you're watching from, which of my recipes you've tried, and how they turned out. Okay, time to pour the batter into the pans. The batter's on the thicker side, so spreading it evenly can be a bit tricky. If you've got a kitchen scale, now's a good time to use it, to divide the batter evenly between the pans for perfect layers. Pop the pans into a preheated oven. If they don't fit on 1 rack, stagger them on 2 racks. Bake at 320 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. Now, let's make the frosting. You'll need 3½ ounces of softened butter. Toss the butter into a bowl and beat on medium speed for 2 to 3 minutes until light and fluffy. If the butter isn't whipped well, the frosting will be heavy and greasy. One time, when I was making frosting, the butter wasn't soft enough. The frosting just wouldn't mix right, and I ended up with lumps. So if the butter's too cold, you get lumps. If it's too melted, it's runny. You just want it softened enough to get that smooth texture. Now, add 12 ounces of Philadelphia, or any cream cheese, really. That's about 1½ blocks. A drop or 2 of vanilla extract, or, more if you're feeling it. Then mix on low speed for a minute or 2. just until the cream cheese blends smoothly with the butter. Gradually add a cup of powdered sugar, mixing it in little by little so it blends smoothly. Start on low speed for about 1 to 2 minutes until the sugar dissolves. Once it's all in, turn up the speed to medium and beat for another minute until the frosting is light and fluffy. But don't overmix. It can start to break down if you go too far. At this point, the frosting's ready, but if you want it lighter, whip in 1/4 cup of heavy cream. I use a tall glass. It whips up faster than in a big bowl. Just a minute or two on medium speed and you're good. Add the whipped cream to the frosting and gently fold it in to get a smooth, fluffy texture. Just look at that. I'm doing my best not to eat it right now. It looks so good. All right, let's get those cake layers out of the oven. Let them chill for a bit so they come out nice and easy. Finally, it's time to assemble the cake. Place the first layer on a plate and peel off the parchment paper. Brush the layers with orange syrup if you'd like for extra flavor and moisture. Check out the recipe in the description below. Drop your frosting on the first layer and spread it out evenly. I'm using a cake turntable, but if you don't have one, no big deal. Just take a regular round plate and you're good. Place the second layer on top. Brush it with syrup. Oh, wait, gotta peel off the parchment paper first. Now brush it with the orange syrup and then spread your frosting on top. If you're enjoying this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more simple, delicious recipes to try at home. Spread that frosting on the sides too. It adds that extra dreamy touch, making every bite even more heavenly. And if you have some leftover walnuts, caramelize them and definitely sprinkle those on top. You'll find the recipe below the video. Now comes the hardest part. You've got to wait. Yeah, I know, awful. Just pop it in the fridge and let the cake soak all that flavor in for at least 4 hours. Finally, waiting was tough, but you made it. The cake might not look much different on the outside, but on the inside, it's so soft and tender. Definitely worth the wait and grating those dreaded carrots. Oh my goodness, I think I'm in heaven. Tastes absolutely amazing. Go make it yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with even more delicious recipes.